Hello, I'm Skeptical Spectrum, and today I am going to talk about Christianity and love. And there are many religions, and maybe I'll mention those too. Um, when we talk about Christian love, um, throughout my life, I've seen many examples of Christian love meaning love. That people are driven by a belief that they want to treat people like they'd like other people to treat them. In fact, from some people, I've heard this from Marshall Rosenberg, who may be a practicing Jew, but he definitely is Jewish in his identification. He would also like to treat people like they would want to be treated as opposed to how he would want to be treated, meaning they might have different needs than them. And I have to say, most of my life I was some version of Christian. There was a time early in my adulthood that I had trouble believing in a God, and now I also do have trouble believing in a God where I identify as atheist or agnostic or skeptic. Um, and maybe that's why my parents named me Skeptical Spectrum. It's I don't know. Anyway, they must have known it was going to happen. But I saw a lot of love. I saw people who cared about other people. I saw a lot of people who want the government to feed the poor, who want the whole society to feed the poor, who believe that it's humans' mission on this planet, provided by God, but more importantly, provided by our hearts, to give what we can, not more than we can, to places. We give efforts and money in an effort to make it so everybody's doing well on the planet. That we don't want to look at suffering and not try to do what we can. So I have two things about that right there. The Bible, I think, is not quite consistent about what loving is or about what morality is. Um, I believe that a lot of the morality, as stated in the Bible, wouldn't be my definition of loving, but some of it is. In fact, some of the stuff that probably really impresses people about Christianity is those parts where it talks about loving other people. Love your neighbor as yourself. I think it would have been just as well to say love your neighbor with all your heart, body, mind, and soul, or whatever the scripture says to say about loving God, right? I think they should just say, if you love God that much, you can love people that much. But again, it's hard to love people that much, really. And God, we never see him, so it's like easy to love someone that doesn't really get a chance to piss us off, right? So, love and Christianity. Um, I think love can be an abstract concept like morality. Love could be the desire to do the right thing for everybody, in as much as you have the power. But love also might be a feeling of fondness and emotion. So love has two different definitions. It has many senses in the dictionaries. And if you had an encyclopedia that talked about love, you'd probably see all kinds of interesting history about the meaning of love and all that. But when we're talking about what they call agape, I think it's like, I think that there are lots of Christianities right now that will not do that, that will not try to do that, that will tell themselves they're trying to spread agape. To me, agape means love. I don't like the idea of selfless love. I think we have to have some left over for ourselves. I don't think you can understand love without wanting to treat yourself well. How would you understand another person feeling good, feeling taken care of, feeling happy, feeling secure, feeling strong, feeling good, feeling what we all want to feel, right? I believe that a lot of Christianities and some Judaisms and some Islams and some Buddhisms, even if you look in certain parts of the world, all of the religions fail at what I assign to them as their number one task, and that is to feel compassion. Feel it's to hurt for other people's hurt, is to feel glee over um, other people's troubles being over, other people's um, um, not benefit. Yeah, but yeah, to be happy over other people's benefit, to want to do something to decrease the pain and suffering of others. That's number one. Once you've got up to where there's no pain and suffering, you're doing pretty well, you know. And then also to add to their happiness, joy, prosperity, pleasure, to feed the only worthwhile pursuits, and that is to not have to feel so bad unnecessarily and to be able to feel good. And those terms can make it sound pretty crass and temporary, although all things are temporary. What I'm saying is that a lot of Christianities or parts of certain Christian groups' beliefs and goals hurt people because they've put God before love, whatever they think of God. When I was a kid, I read that part of the Bible that said God is love. So I thought, oh shit, I know what to do. I know what to need to do. Love is a verb. You go do things when you love people. You do things for their benefit. And again, you have the right to hope and expect for that in return. Or else that's just martyrdom, and martyrdom is no good. You've seen that martyrs don't help anything, right? Ain't no damn martyr. I remember in the apparently Chesty Puller or Smedley Butler or somebody a long time ago, their troops said, "I'm here to die for my country," and they said, "You're not here to die for your country. You're here to make the other bastard die for their country." Right? I don't agree with him, right? But what I mean is, you do have to have some sense of self love. So I think just religions in general are apt to fall into the opposite of love, which is what we might call evil or hate, or a mix of evil and hate. To me, evil is just what hurts people. To me, evil isn't a real thing. I don't think there's like evil in that like there's this intentional bad person. I think everybody thinks they're doing what they're doing for good reasons. I think everybody does. And the people that I think of as sort of the bad guys in the world scene right now, if you've seen any of my other videos, which you probably haven't, um, so this was supposed to be a short video, and it's about 10 minutes into it. So this video was intended to be my opinion of whether Christianity is supposed to be there to help us love, or if love is supposed to be there for some other reason, right? And the question is Christianity there to make us do good things? Or are we supposed to do good things and take care of people and be nice and helpful? Or are we supposed to impress God and fulfill Christianity? And then we could be called good and loving and moral. It appears not. It appears you can follow a lot of things in Christianity from the origins of it, from the time or from whatever it says in the Gospels. You'll find that there are things that you're asked to do in there that may not be the right thing to do. Number one, don't have sex with a god. I think that's. Anyway, thank you for listening.